Welcome to the channel. Thanks for clicking on the video. Before we get started, I'd really appreciate you hitting that like button, subscribe if you're not, and share the video if you enjoy the video content. But I thank you for being here. And also, this is not a paid promotion video. I have bought both of these units with my own money, and the link I'm leaving in the description is just the link to Amazon and their website. It's not an affiliate link. I have nothing to do with Dabbsson, but I do think they are a very good quality company. You get your money's worth, I will say that. I've always liked Dabbsson. I done a previous video a week ago about the newly released Dabbsson 1000L, and I also have the previous models, the Dabbsson DBS 1300. I own two of them. I'm telling you, they're a good product. They're reliable. I mean, they do what they say they'll do. I've never had a problem with any of my Dabbssons. So I like the 2000L so much, I actually went ahead and bought, within a week and a half after I bought the 2000, I went ahead and bought the 1000L. And this is literally half the size as the 2000. And they look a little different, but they're basically the same. As you can see right here, Dabbsson 1000L. It's got the handle in the back, no handle in the front. And it has the tilted screen right there, if you can see what I'm talking about. So you can see this if you're standing up and it's in the floor, you can just look straight down and see all your info. On the 2000L, theirs is just a flat screen, and you have to bend over, squat down if it's on the floor to check it out. Not just to Dabbsson, but to all power station companies. I love this tilted screen. It keeps you from breaking your back, getting on the floor. I wish everybody would do this, because you can just stand there, look straight down at the floor and see all your info. The only other one that I know of that does that I own is the Alcatel P5000. Theirs is the same way, and I tell you what, I just really love it. It beats the flat screen, but that's just my personal opinion. This right here, I'm telling you, for the money, it's very well worth it. You get your AC cord to plug up to the wall outlet. You get a lighter port to XT60. That way you can plug it up as you're traveling in an RV, in a car, just, you know, wherever. That way it can charge as you're traveling. You get your little warranty card, 5 years total. Starting off when you purchase it, you get 3 years. Then if you register it on their website, you get an extra 2 years. Like I said, a total of 5, and it's well worth it. Here they give you the QR codes. You can go on there with your phone, iPhone or Android, and go ahead and do it on your phone and get the extra 2 years. Or you can get on the computer, do it on their website, simple. Or you can call a phone number and they'll even do it over the phone. Right here is your manual. It's thick. I mean, everything you need to know is in there. And if there's anything in here, anything that you don't see that you're curious about, again, they do have a phone number. I seen on a previous video, they're saying the phone number's disconnected. I can't swear to that. I've not called it. But I will say, when I first got my DBS 1300s, I couldn't get one to hook up to my Wi-Fi, and it was a fault on my part, but yet they just kindly wrote it a little wrong in here. It asked for a password, and I thought they were talking about making up a password and putting in there. But I guess the Asians, they're a little different than us. What they meant by password is put in your Wi-Fi password to like your phone company to get your Wi-Fi. So I called them, talked to them then anyway. I don't know about now, but I called them then, and literally they FaceTimed me from the factory and helped me work that out, which was very simple. But when I'm looking at them, there was a couple of Asian guys there in a big warehouse, and you could just see tables with nothing but Dabbssons on them. So I thought that was a very good customer service, that they'd actually take the time out to FaceTime you and work out your little simple problem, which really was my fault. But they did that, and I appreciate that. And that told me then and there they're a half decent company anyway, at the least. But I really do like Dabbsson. They try to take care of you. But again, if you have any problems, give them a call or chat with them on their website. And this is nothing but the little box that everything comes in. And again, right here, your Dabbsson 1000L. We'll get a little close-up of it. That way you can really check it out. Again, right here is the Dabbsson 1000L. As you can see on top, it is flat, so you can set something on there. You have a nice, robust handle. I've got big hands, and I have plenty of room right there. Right here, you have your exhaust fans. On this side, there is nothing. On the front right here, you have your nice tilted screen, which I absolutely love. On the right here, you have your output wattage. On the left, you have your input wattage, which is nothing because we have nothing hooked up in or out. It's at 61% battery status. This is your battery bar. When it's charging, it will go clockwise. Discharging, it will go counterclockwise. Right here is your Bluetooth and Wi-Fi for the phone app. Very simple to hook up. Over here is your hours remaining, which is 99 because again, we have nothing hooked up. Here is your intake fan. Right here is your power button for the AC. And you can see when it kicks on here, right there, you have like a little plug-in icon. My phone's trying to blur out on me, I apologize. 60 Hertz. Right here is your two 120 volt receptacles. Turn the power button to the AC off. Over here is your power button for the DC. As you can see when we come up here, it shows your 5521 barrel port, your lighter port, USB-A, USB-C. And again, just turn that power button off. Here, excuse me, here is your DC lighter port. And that is a 126 watt. You have a USB-C 100 watt. You have a USB-C 30 watt, two USB-A 15 watt, 5521 barrel port 50.4 watt, and again your car socket is 126 watt. So that's pretty good on everything you have right there. And again, right here is your power button on and off for the whole main unit. Right here is your light, low, bright. Then I would call, I don't know if it's a SOS or just flashing for kind of like you need help. But that is your main front. And again, your screen, your top, and you have all the little QR codes up here for the app, the website, everything. It's a nice little unit. Back here is your plug-in to hook up to your cord, to hook up to the wall AC outlet. Your solar charging is a XT60, which is right here. It's for your MC4 cables or your Anderson cable, whichever one you may have. And that's a 12 volt low to 60 volt high, 21 amp max. And you can bring in up to 600 watts of solar. The weight of this unit is 23.4 pounds. It is UL94-VO fire resistant design. The plastic on the body right here. So that way, if it was in a fire or close to a fire or caught on fire, you know, it would kindly help it not burn up. I don't know why you would really worry about that, but I guess it's nice to know. It's Semi-Solis State LifePo4 Batteries, 4,000 cycles to 10 years. And like I've told everybody before, it doesn't mean after 4,000 cycles or 10 years that you throw it away. It's more or less dropping to the 80% at that time. And the best way I always put that, and I know my regular viewers get tired of hearing it, brand new, if this will run, let's say, your refrigerator for 10 hours, in 10 years or over 4,000 cycles, it'll just run it for 8. So that's still not bad. You still have many, many years of life in it. So I just want y'all to know that it's nothing that you have to throw away or anything. These little units are handy for blackouts, for traveling, picnics, run a little freezer cooler on or whatever. This thing here is a 1008 watt hour, 1200 watt continuous output. And that means that your receptacles here will put out all the way to 1200 watts. Whether you hook up 2 things or you put a splitter on it and hook up 3 or 4 things, 1200 watts total. And then it's got a P boost of 1600 watts. And the 1600 watts, what that's doing is if you've got so much stuff drawing off of this and it goes above the 1200 watts, it will literally lower the volts and lift the amps. That way it can spread out the electricity and keep your things running. But I will say, anything over 1200 watts, and what I mean by that is when you're got, let's say, a microwave plugged up to here, and let's say up here on your output it is showing 1200 watts, and you plug up something else and it goes above that 1200 watts, anywhere from 1200 to the 16, it will lower your volts and lift your amps. And like I said, it's thinning out that electricity. So let's say your microwave needs that 1200 watts. When it goes into P boost above the 1200 watt draw, it's going to lower the electricity voltage going to your microwave, which on sensitive items like microwaves, TVs, laptops, that is not good. They require a certain amount of electricity in them to keep them going properly. So if you have, let's say again, your microwave plugged up to this, and let's just say you need 1200 watts to run that microwave properly, and you plug up, let's say, a refrigerator, and it draws another, let's just say 250 watts. This thing is going to kick into P boost, and it's going to take that 1200 watts that's going in your microwave, and it's going to lower it, let's say, to 1150, 1125, maybe 1175. And your microwave will more than likely run, but that's not good on it in the long run. So as I tell everybody, on your sensitive items, microwaves, laptops, TVs, anything with a lot of computer chips and stuff in it, keep it at the 1200 or below. As far as going into P boost, I would just use like lights, anything that makes heat, like little heaters, blow dryer, air compressor, things with just like little motors. That is fine in P boost, but not sensitive items. So I just want you to know that. And like I said, as far as the unit, it's a great unit. I really do like it. Myself, I wish these companies would quit with the P boost, and like I think it's EcoFlow, they have got the e-boost is what they call theirs. I do not like them. I would rather, if it's not going to run my item, just kick off like a breaker. You don't need to lower my voltage, because that's not good on my appliances. I do not like that. And just for the sake of the new people that don't own a power station, I'm going to hook up a little heater and just show y'all the wattage right there. That way they kindly understand better. All right, we're going to hook this up. And for you newbies, I'm just going to demonstrate. I'm going to have it off. We'll turn the power on to the AC. And right here is your output. This is what electricity from the power station is going out to run a refrigerator, a microwave, and in this case, my little heater. It's off right now, so it's showing 0 draw. Let's kick it up to fan. It might show it, yep, 15 watts. So now we'll bump it up again. Now the heater is on, first setting, 581 watts. It was 85, 579. So, and like I said, you can pretend that this is a microwave. Let's do that just for argument's sake. 576. Let's bump it up another one. 878 now. It was 888. 863. And remember, at 1200 watts, well, over 1200 watts, this kicks into P-boost, which lowers your volts and lifts your amps, which it thins out your electricity. It'll keep it going, but it's not giving it quite what it needs. So let's go up one more. 1418, we are past the 1200 watt output. We are now into P-boost. So if this was a microwave, that is not good on your microwave. You do not want to pass the 1200. Now on a heater, it's fine. On lights, it's fine. On an air compressor, you know, things like that, hair dryer, it's great. But you don't want to do this and go over 1200 watts with a flat screen TV, a smart TV, a microwave, a refrigerator, freezers, anything with microchips, electronic parts. It's just not good on them, because actually it wouldn't be getting the entire voltage that it needs, because it's going to lower it. So I just wanted to point that out. That way you know, and you don't damage your sensitive electronics. Now again, I love Dabbsson. I think they're an awesome company, I really do. And if you want to save money, you know, the 1000L is a great choice. I'm not knocking it at all. But where it is smaller, if you're looking to run, let's say, a couple of refrigerators and a TV, and occasionally your microwave or coffee pot off at the same time, this is not the choice I would make. It's a great unit for what it's supposed to do, for what it is. If you're looking for a blackout situation and you want to run your refrigerator, maybe a deep freezer, coffee pot, microwave occasionally, and a TV all at the same time, I would spend the extra $250 and get the 2000L. This here is an excellent choice. You cannot go wrong with the 2000L. The 1000L, I'll put it to you this way. It's very good, it's efficient, and I've run the tests and I've got the efficiency, and we'll get to that in a moment. And this right here is on a sale right now, where it's newly released, for $399, which is an excellent price, I'm not going to lie. And again, it's an excellent power station for what it is. I hooked this up, as I always do, to both my refrigerators and both my freezers to do a run test, time test. And it did do it. It ran them, no problem on running them. But as you can see in my last video of the 2000L, I showed pictures of all my refrigerators and freezers. I'll leave a link to that video in the description, and you can go back and compare this to that as far as run times and all that. But my pantry stand-up freezer, this thing run all 4 of them perfect. But when it would either kick the heater in or the compressor kicked on, I'm not a appliance guy, so it was one of the two. But when it kicked up the voltage, this thing run it no problem. But it kicked into P-boost because it went over that 1200 watt point. And it stayed running. It didn't kick off or nothing. It done what it was supposed to do. My freezer, on the other hand, where it wasn't getting that wattage that it requires, it started kind of like ticking, and I knew something was wrong, and I went and unplugged it. But that's what I'm talking about. Whether it's on your freezer, like your TV or microwave, you might not hear that ticking in them. They'll just kind of get damaged. I was lucky enough to hear that from my freezer. So that's what I'm telling you. Over that 1200 watt mark, that P-boost, when it kicks in, you don't want to damage your appliances. So don't go above that 1200 watt. And that's just not on Dabbsson. EcoFlow does it. I mean, there's a few other ones. I believe some Blue Eddy models do it. Myself, I hate the P-boost, E-boost, whatever you want to call it for whatever company. When it hits that point to where it has to lower that voltage, I would just rather it kick the breaker and just shut off, because I don't want to damage my appliances. So not just for Dabbsson, but any company out there, get rid of this stupid P-boost, E-boost, whatever. It is no good. It might be good for lights, a fan, you know, camping stuff, very light, minimal voltage draw. But when you're putting appliances onto these power stations, you don't need that crap. I'm going to be flat honest with you. The best advice I could give you, to be honest, personally, I would buy a power station without any of these E-boosts or P-boosts. I really would. I buy these because I enjoy them. I like doing reviews, but I have plenty of them, and I know what this is capable of. And this here, if I had an apartment or a house, and I'm just looking for something on the cheap as far as price, but I wanted quality, and I just want something in a blackout situation, emergency situation, to just run one refrigerator, maybe a freezer too. It could handle that easy. My TV, and like I said, occasionally a coffee pot, and separate a microwave. You know, this is great. I mean, I'm not going to tell you not to get it. It is a good quality power station. But like me, my wife cooks a lot. When we find sales at the grocery, we buy the meat, we buy whatever she's wanting, because she bakes for the church, she bakes for neighbors, cooks dinner for the neighbors. She's always cooking. That's her hobby. We have 2 upright freezers and 2 upright refrigerators. So, you know, I like them that it'll run all 4 of them at the same time if we have a blackout. And matter of fact, our power went out yesterday for about an hour, and I was really worried about that because it wasn't just our town, it was the next county and its towns too. I thought it's really going to be out for a few days, but luckily, I don't know what happened, it was just out for an hour. But just an emergency like that, if you're looking just to run a refrigerator, maybe a freezer, coffee pot, TV, microwave by itself, this is a great buy, I'm not going to lie. But with the P-boost, I would not hook a lot of smart TVs, electronic stuff like that up to it and go over that 1200 watt. That's the only downfall that I have to this, is the P-boost, if you're looking to run a lot of items off of it at the same time. Again, if you're just looking to run a refrigerator during a blackout, coffee pot, stuff like that, this is a great buy. Nothing wrong with it. It has UPS, uninterrupted power supply. You can hook your, let's say, refrigerator up to it. And the way you do that, you plug this up to your wall outlet, then plug your refrigerator up to this. If the power should go out on you, your grid power, this will kick on 15 milliseconds or less, and it will run your refrigerator. And then when the power comes back on and is restored, it will switch back over, and your electric grid will run your refrigerator plus charge this back up. It's an emergency backup if you're not home, or even if you're home. That way your refrigerator or TV or computer does not shut off at all during a power outage. That's what UPS is. They call theirs EPS, but it's UPS. And it is a pass-through charging. You can use this and charge at the same time. And before I forget, I better give you the specs on the solar. I got my little cheat sheet here because I can't remember everything. Solar charging, again, I might have given it to you already. 12 volt on the low, 60 volt on the high, 20 amp, 600 watt solar. Car charging, 12 volt to 24 volt, 8 amp. And your AC charging, of course, you can go up to 1000 watt max. If you get into the settings on your app, you can control how fast or slow your charging comes in on solar or AC. But the AC is 120 volt, 10 amp max. But again, do I recommend this for what it is and what it's really capable of doing? Yes, I do recommend it. If you're looking to put a whole bunch of stuff on it, refrigerators, microwaves, TVs, no, I don't. You know, you just got one fridge, maybe a freezer to add, like I said, a TV, coffee pot, hey, it's great just to get you through a blackout. And I have the efficiency test and the time test like I promised on my last video, and please go check that out. You can compare it to the 2000L. My efficiency on this one was 87% efficiency, which is still very good, don't get me wrong. This one done a whole lot better, a whole lot. And you can check that out in the link below to watch that video. But yes, 87% is great. Now on the double door kitchen refrigerator test, it done from 100% battery to 0, it done 9 hours and 22 minutes, which for 1,000 watt is absolutely great. On my other test, which I usually run both fridges and both freezers, but like I told you, it went into the P-boost and it couldn't run it could run it, it was just going to damage it, my back freezer. So what I done is I tried my kitchen and my dining room, which is 3 of them, 2 fridges and a freezer, and it kindly done the same thing. It run them, but when I would open up the door, I could see my light was dimming and kind of flickering, which told me it was in the P-boost and not giving it enough voltage. So then I started over, and what I done is I done only my dining room, my large freezer, and my smaller stand-up refrigerator, which is in this video here on the 2000L. You can check them out, the looks of them and sizes. But it ran my dining room, freezer, and fridge for 7 hours and 30 minutes, which really was very good. Because like I said, there's nothing wrong with the unit. It's a brand name. They make quality stuff. It's just more or less I was asking too much of it for its size. But if you add on, plug up what you're wanting to use, you know, for what it's capable of, it's excellent. So if you get this or already have it, you've got a good unit. It's kind of like trying to put 10 pounds of cow manure in a bed that will only hold 5 pounds. You know what I'm saying? A wheelbarrow. So you only can do what it's capable of doing. And I hate to say this because I do not knock products unless it's need be. And you know, there's nothing to knock on this. Don't get me wrong. It's excellent. But there is a better buy, I'll be honest with you. If you're looking for something in this price range and in this size, there is a much better alternative. And again, I'm not knocking Dabbsson. I love them to death. I think they're quality. I really do. But I'm going to show you a better purchase in my view, which I'm pretty sure in anybody's view. But let's check this out real quick. This here is the Pecron E1000 LFP. Exactly, pretty much apples to apples, the same exact size, just a different brand. If I was down to making a choice, if I was you and you were about to purchase a 1,000 watt unit, this is why I would choose the Pecron. The Dabbsson here is a 1008 watt hour. This is a 1024 watt hour. Not really no difference to even fuss about, truthfully, because you're not even going to notice that watt hour. This here is a 1200 watt continuous output. It can output on your AC receptacles 1200 watts before it goes into that P-boost. This here, the Pecron, is a 1800 watt output on their receptacles right there. And 2, there is no P-boost on the Pecron. That's what I absolutely love about it. And on the Pecron, you have a 3,000 watt surge. So it'll surge up to 3,000 watts. This here in P-Boost will only go up to 1,600 watts. And I actually couldn't find a surge on their website. I messaged them and I just really ain't received it back yet. I'm sure there is a surge, but I could pretty much guarantee you it's not going to be the 3,000 watts. There is no P-Boost on the Pecron, and for me, that's another point right there, hands down. But what is really strange, this here on sale right now is $399. The Pecron E1000 is $399. So, you know, you make your own choice, but if I was looking at a 1,000 watt unit, I absolutely would choose the Pecron E1000 LFP hands down. I love the looks of this better. It looks more quality, to be honest with you. And to be honest, myself, I like the screen better. I think it looks better, and I love the tilt. I really, really do. This has got one handle where this has two, and I'll be doing a review video on the E1000 here shortly. Might be a couple of 3 weeks. I've got a couple other things that's come in ahead of this. I'm going to get that done first, but we will do a review on this. But, you know, this has a light. This one does not. So, you know, you got to look at that. So I just wanted to point that out because I try to be informative for you. I don't want you to waste your money. And again, I'm not getting paid for none of this. I don't work for either one, not making a penny. And I bought both of these with my own money. A lot of people get on my channel and you're making money and you're just talking them up because you want them to buy it and get paid. That's not the case. So I'm just trying to be truthful with you. I'm not trying to push nothing on you. I'm just trying to give you real information so you don't waste your money and get mad after you get the product. If I was going to make a choice, hands down, it would be the Pecron E1000. And the main thing for me is why I would go to this is because this one has that stupid P-Boost. I hate that. I really do. When it can't do it, just kick off. Don't lower the voltage and hurt my appliances and stuff. You know, long as you watch it here on the screen like I showed you, no big deal. You know, you can see it, you can do numbers, just don't let it go past that 1200 on sensitive items. Again, like TVs, laptops, stuff like that, microwaves. But if you don't watch it and you put in too much draw and it goes beyond that 1200, the only thing you're not hurting the power station. You're probably little by little damaging your TV or laptop or whatever. Like I said, the same thing with my deep freezer. It started clicking. It was letting me know I'm not getting enough juice and I'm going to break if you don't unplug me, and that's what I done. So again, you're not making a bad choice with the Dabbsson 1000L. It's an excellent product for what it's meant to be used for. But if I was going to pick between the two, hands down, it'd be the Pecron E1000. So just wanted to bring that to your attention. And again, both of them are $399. So, I mean, I've told you everything I can think of to tell you and to warn you about and give you the info on. I appreciate you clicking on the video. And again, pretty soon we'll be doing the E1000. And again, as far as the the Dabbsson 1000L, the link will be in the description. You can check out that video and compare its run times and efficiency to this one. That way you can compare, if you're interested in the Dabbsson, which one is better for your needs. And like I said, for $250 more, I would get the 2000L over the 1000L myself. But again, if you're just going to run a refrigerator, coffee pot, TV, and just a blackout, you know, for a few hours, half a day, this is excellent. I'm not going to lie. There's nothing shabby about it. Just watch that P-Boost, the 1200 watts and up. So, hey, I thank you for clicking on the video. Thank you for being with me, supporting the channel. I really would appreciate a thumbs up. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not. That way you can get updates on my newer videos coming out. And share the video if you don't mind. It helps the algorithm to show my channel more on YouTube. Hey, thank you. I hope to see you again, and God bless.